Hey, yo, what's up, my friends? And a fond aloha going out to my fellow Worth warriors out there. Again, it's your boy, Aaron Michael Ho here, the greatness guru, also known as the transformational linguist. And today I have to count myself as extraordinarily blessed because today I get to come to you from beautiful Magic Island, Oahu. For those of you who don't know, Magic Island is a beach on the southern shore of Oahu, Hawaii. And right now it's about 10 a.m. and there's not a cloud in the sky. The sun is up on high, beaming down. And I get to be here on Magic Island, unlike the hundreds of thousands of people in the city around me, in their daily grind and the hustle and bustle of, making the world go round. So again, I get to be here on Magic Island, and I get to spend this time with you, breathe life into you, so that together we can raise the world. So before I get started, I just want to bring your attention to what it says on my shirt. The secret to living is giving. The secret to living is giving. This particular t-shirt was a gift to me from a wonderful friend of mine. Her name is Mento Mele Apana. She is a radio DJ here in Hawaii. And if you're listening, Mele, aloha, thanks for the shirt. You're awesome. When is our next board meeting? I say this is a wonderful gift to me because every time I wear it out and about, I get people coming out of the woodwork to tell me how much they agree or how much this phrase resonates with them. And, even stories about how they know this to be true. And so I just want to put it out to you, my fellow Worth warriors. What is this saying? What does this phrase mean to you? The secret to living is giving. Tell me why. Tell me how. I look forward to your input. So again, a couple of days ago, we talked about the first greatness gambit, which was to do no harm. How has it been working for you? To truly do no harm, I'm hoping, by now you're seeing how tricky it can be and how fun it can be sometimes to just keep an eye and be aware of the potential harm. Okay, maybe fun is not the right word, but you get my meaning. The second greatness gambit that I'd like to give to you out of the Greatness Institute is to mind the gates. Mind the gates. For those people of faith out there, it says in Proverbs to be diligent in keeping your heart. I'm probably messing up the verbiage, but to keep your heart diligently, because the issues of life flow from it. What that means is just to guard your heart or guard your mind. Like I said, mind the gates. Be very aware, be very conscious of who you allow to speak into you. Now that goes for you too. Again, like the first greatness gambit, there is a perspective that you have to watch what you tell you. Because so many times in life we tell ourselves that we are unworthy. We tell ourselves that we're not smart enough, we're not good enough. Whatever the case may be, we need to mind our gates to watch what we internalize, what we tell us. Just the same way we need to be aware or be mindful of what others tell us. Or now here's where it gets a little complicated, because just because people aren't talking to us doesn't mean that we're not internalizing what they said. There's a very uplifting story that I recently heard. I recently had the honor and pleasure of witnessing Dr. Darius Daniels of Change Church speak. And in his speech, in his sermon, he talked about a time when he was young and going into college, and he was at his family home, and someone asked him, where he was going to go for college, and he happened to say he was interested in going to Morehouse. Now, his relative, I'm going to call him his uncle because I don't really remember what their relation was. His uncle told him that, it's very pricey, and, he's probably not going to get to go to Morehouse and all these things. But then his father came into the room and said, don't you ever tell him what he cannot do. So now, it's the uncle and the father having this exchange, and neither of them had told him anything. And yet, if you ask him today, what he was recounting in his sermon was that is one of the pivotal memories that is in him out of all of the time he spent with his father. That's one of the greatest, the most powerful memories he has of his father. That, he could do anything, and that he shouldn't let other people tell him what he cannot do. So again, that was kind of a convoluted and roundabout way of saying it, but you need to be conscious, or we need to be conscious and very aware of who we allow to speak into us and what we're allowing ourselves to be told. You know, whether it's a lot of the times in my life anyway, I've told myself things like I'm not worthy enough, I'm not educated enough, I'm not credentialed enough, or I'm not good enough, or whatever the case may be. And if I do it, I'm going to assume, maybe it's a bad assumption, maybe it's not, but I'm going to assume that others do it too. And maybe that might be you, maybe not. Who knows? Only you will ever know, and only you will have to do the work. So again, your first greatness gambit was do no harm. Your second greatness gambit is to mind your gates. Be very conscious about who you allow to speak into you and what you choose to internalize. Because when push comes to shove, when the whole day is past and on everything is constant or common, what have you, the choice is yours. You are the one that chooses what you listen to. You are the one that chooses what you choose to hear. So make great choices. Be great. And just out of curiosity, or just out of interest, you're great. Be great. Now, I just told you that you're great, and I told you to be great. Now, what did you tell yourself in that moment? Was it something like, thanks? Or was it something like, oh, I know? Or was it something like, psh, if you only knew me? Again, mind the gates. And with that, and with no further ado, I'm going to get out of my car and I'm going to go have fun out there on Magic Island Beach. If you are here in Hawaii, feel free to come join me. I'll be here probably for the next couple of hours. And, Mele, again, if you're watching, love you. I love you guys too. You guys are awesome, worth warriors, and be a blessing to someone today. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to, think very hard or choose the right person. Just be a blessing to someone today, because as always, it's a blessing to be a blessing. And again, with no further ado, God bless. Take care. Be great.